Guerlain L'Homme Ideal. It's a great collection. It gets a lot of love in the fragrance community, but it's also got a lot of flankers. Is it necessary to have every single one of them in your collection? That's what we're going to be talking about today, so stick around. Welcome back to the channel. Again, today we are talking about the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Collection. Now, back in 2014 is when the OG was released, the EDT version, to be followed by the Cologne version in 2015, then the Eau de Parfum 2016, the Sport in 2017, the L'Intense 2018, and then finally the Cool version just last year, 2019. And as you know, this year, 2020, they're going to be releasing a new flanker called Extreme, which a lot of us are very eagerly anticipating. So yes, I am a huge fan of this collection. It's kind of obvious. I've got all 6 of them now. But for a while, I did wrestle with the fact of whether it would be worth it or not. There's a lot of talk out there that this collection has a lot of redundancy, that there's way too many similarities between this flanker and that flanker. If you have one, you don't really need the other. Well, for me, curiosity finally won out. I did track down the 3 that I didn't have, which was the Sport, the Cool, and the L'Intense. The L'Intense was a little bit harder to track down just because it's hard to find that one at a good price. But I finally did, and now that I have all 6 and I've been able to spend some time with them, I've been able to give them full wearings, I thought I could better pass on my thoughts as to whether that argument is valid. Is there redundancy? Are some of them way too similar to the others? Can you get by with just having a couple of these? Well, let's talk about that. Quite honestly, I'm glad that I purchased all of them, and I'll tell you why. First, from a cost standpoint, so probably with all 6 of these, I have roughly $275 invested, and that includes a backup bottle of the cologne because it's been discontinued. The thing is that I enjoy wearing every single one of these. So look at it this way. I could have gone out to Nordstrom or whatever. I could have picked up a bottle of Parfums de Marly Layton for what, $295 for just the one bottle, and enjoyed wearing it a whole lot less than I enjoy wearing these 6 for $275. In fact, it would be a whole lot less because I'm not a big fan of Layton. So for the value, I think I got an awesome deal. So to address the argument that there's way too much similarity between the flankers, well, my response to that is, isn't that what a flanker is supposed to be? I mean, it was my impression that a flanker takes the basic DNA of the original and it's just kind of tweaked. You add a note here, you take out a note there, so that basically you have the same kind of feel, but it can also stand on its own as being a unique fragrance. Take, for example, what Cool Water has done, Davidoff Cool Water. So the most recent flanker is the Intense. If you've tried Intense, then you know that it has absolutely nothing to do with the original. There's no semblance of that original DNA there at all. What they've done basically is they have banked on the popularity of the Cool Water name. Really, it could have been a fragrance all into itself under a completely different name. So it's a money thing, I get that. But with the Ideal Collection, what Terry Wasser has done is he has played on that same DNA with each one of these, but at the same time, each is its own individual scent. It can stand on its own. So let's go through them. The original, the EDT. You've got your almond, your tonka bean, leather, vetiver, citruses. I mean, you can't get any better than this. I mean, I know that there's a lot of controversy over whether Guerlain is a designer house, is it a niche house? Who cares? This is niche quality juice here. There's just no getting around it. So you've got that, then you add on the cologne version. So you're basically putting in that top note of grapefruit, you're adding some neroli, and bam, you've got the perfect warm weather scent. I mean, this one is so uplifting, refreshing, intoxicating. I mean, I can't even with this one. It's so good. The eau de parfum, you've got that cherry note in there with incense. So basically, you're just making this a deeper, darker version of the original. Sweeter, because that cherry comes off like almost like a cordial cherry. So this one is perfect for the fall and winter. There's just nothing like it for cutting through the cold. In sport, you add some aquatic notes, some spices, and what you have is a very versatile, a go-to warm weather scent. Now, normally, I'm not a big fan of the sport flankers, but this one really surprised me. I totally enjoyed wearing this one so far. And La Intense. This is where all of the argument comes in for the most part, because people say that this one is way too similar to the EDP. And I'm sorry, I just don't get it. Maybe I'm looking through rose-colored glasses here, but this, in fact, I wore this today, and this one is just, it's awesome. So what they've done with this one is they've taken out the cherry note and they've added the very interesting note of pimento. So you can find pimento in other fragrances like Givenchy Xeris Rouge or Davidoff Hot Water. It's just a very interesting note. And what it does here is it really amps up the spiciness of this one. I mean, when you spray this one on, you can actually feel the heat on your skin. I mean, again, this one for cold weather, you can't beat it. And finally, the cool version. What you have here is basically they've taken the cologne version and the sport version, morphed them together, and added the note of mint. So it's just very clean, very refreshing, very uplifting. It kind of has an aftershave type of vibe to it. So it'd be awesome for spraying on after a nice shower, just lounging, relaxing around the house. So all in all, I think that Guerlain has done an awesome job at covering all the bases here. I can literally find a time and an occasion to wear every single one of these fragrances. Now that's not to say that you're going to enjoy all of them. Again, this is just my opinion. Like for example, if you are not too fond of the note of mint, then definitely cool is not going to be up your alley. But the takeaway here is that there is something truly to appreciate about each and every one of these. So in my opinion, yes, I am glad to have all of them in my collection. So what do you think? Do you currently own all the fragrances in this collection? Do you feel like some of them are redundant, unnecessary? Or do you agree with my assessment? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, are you looking forward to the release of Extreme this year? Let me know that as well. So if you're enjoying the content of these videos and you look forward to seeing more, please make sure you subscribe. Also hit the notification icon as well so that you'll be notified each time that I upload a new video. And until the next time, see ya.